Hi Creatives, I'm Amy and today's video is about ideas for decorating on a dime if you want a fresh look in your home and you don't want to spend a lot of money. If you like videos of DIY home decor, chalk painting, furniture upcycling, and thrift flips, please consider subscribing to my channel for more of this kind of content. But now let's go on with the tips. Okay, tip number one is to flip your items from one room to another. Perhaps switch the rug from one room to another and see if they can live in a different area of your house. My first thought about changing rugs from one room to another, the rug we bought it for, to a different room, was that that would never work. I don't have one of those houses where everything in the whole house is in the same color palette. And so I would assume that that would not really work well for me to take things from one room and then put them in another room. But I want to encourage you to give this a try and keep an open mind, because most of us tend to have certain color palettes that we're attracted to, and you may not even realize that within your house you have sort of variations of those same color palettes in multiple places. And so your furniture from one room, or your rug or your decor from one room, actually may plug into another room better than you think. And it actually could shake things up and make it a little bit more fresh, because maybe it's not quite so matchy-matchy. So start by giving that a try. Okay, tip number two. If the color really isn't gonna work, don't let color stop you. If it's a piece of furniture that would go in the room where you want to use it, but it's not the right color, then consider painting it. I mean, waste not, want not. If you have a piece of furniture that you're not using right now, or it's not serving you, or you don't enjoy it in the room it's in, and you could use it in a new way, then consider painting it in a different color so that it will work in the new space that you're trying to set up. Painting is inexpensive. There's so many easy ways to chalk paint furniture. You don't need to be an expert of any kind. So I encourage you to give it a try. Tip number three is repurpose. Think with an open mind about what purpose your objects could serve, whether it's furniture, art, anything like that. Think twice about what really is art. You can hang almost anything up on the wall. It could be a child's artwork. It could be a cool old piece of equipment. It could be something that you've used in another part of the house, but now you would like to hang it up so that it won't get any more wear and tear, and it's something that you can hand down in the family. I want you to think about the fact that all kinds of things can become lamps. It's very easy to get a lamp kit at a hobby or craft store and make any kind of shaped wooden thing into a lamp, and so that's something you can consider that can give some new excitement to a room. And a whole lot of things can become a table too, because if you put some kind of a glass top on it, it could be a coffee table or a side table if it's the right height. So think creatively about how you can repurpose things that you already have to serve the needs that you have in your room now. Okay, tip number four is create new zones. Sort of like a goal-oriented design process. You want to start with thinking about what this room needs, what you're going to be using it for, and then work your way backwards to find the things to fill it that will serve those purposes. And while that doesn't sound like decorating, it can end up working quite well. If you ever study art history officially at college, you'll learn the phrase that a tenet of modernism is form follows function. And what that really means is that if something is simple and serves its purpose perfectly, then it is beautiful by definition, because perfect form is perfect function. And that's really the key, the cornerstone of modernism and modern design. So if you just start by building it with the things that it needs to serve its purpose in the most simple and direct way, then you can create something beautiful. Tip number five, check your closets, your attic, your garage, your basement if you have one. We don't have basements here in Texas, but I understand that's a great place to find some old things. We just fill up our garages around here. You never know what you're going to find. It may be something that you haven't used in a long time, or something that you can repurpose, or something that you can paint or change. So make sure you check. Sometimes you'll find something you had forgotten about, and it's like getting something new all over again. Tip number six. Once you've done that and found everything you can find to get what you need for this room or for this decor or for this furniture, then check sites like Craigslist, Free Stuff, Facebook Marketplace, and even I recommend joining a group like a Buy Nothing group on Facebook for your area. It's a super easy way to get and give things just instantly to neighbors around you, and it's just the easiest way I've found to let go of a lot of things I don't need anymore, which is probably something that'll happen while you're doing this process, and then to get a few of the things that you do need. So check that out. You can do that without spending any money, and you can make somebody happy with some of the things that you don't need anymore. And finally, tip number 7, along with keeping an open mind, like I said in tip number 1, is just make the best of it. Some of our things, our furnishings aren't perfect. Maybe that's why they ended up in the attic or in the closet, but life's not perfect and our homes really aren't perfect. And when you redo a room, it doesn't all have to be brand new and perfect. And any of you who have kids, if you're like me, your house is not perfect. If you buy a bunch of new things to put in a room that you're redecorating, how long is it going to be before those things aren't perfect anymore? So just kind of let go of the idea that everything has to be completely perfect. One of the things in the project I'm working on right now is I'm moving my couch, and my little boy got paint on it, and I was disappointed, and so I can't get the paint out, but my husband pointed out that I could flip the cushion over, and there's still paint on the little couch, but it's not as much and it doesn't look as bad, so I'm gonna live with it. Make the best of it and enjoy what you have and live your life, and don't worry too much about everything having to be perfect. Okay, a lot of the clips that I showed you today are from a project I'm working on, which will be next week's video. I'm setting up kind of a schoolroom plus play area plus lounge area for us to do school in next month, because here in Texas we've just found out that everybody's going to start from at-home learning in the beginning of the year, and then we're going to see what happens from there. So last spring I had a preschooler and we just kind of were winging it, but now it's time for kindergarten. We really actually need a classroom. So I'm going to be working on that, and I don't have a budget, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. We don't know how long this will be going on, and so I'm just working on this project to decorate on a dime, and I will bring you along with me to see the reveal next week. So be sure and subscribe, click that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.